What's happening? Jon Agnew, the creator brand Bikedope. Listen, for this particular dude here, I was in Atlanta, Georgia. Peace up, 8 town down, right? That's what they say. Well, this guy's name is Steven Churn, but his nonprofit, everything he does is ran under the name of IAMCOLLEGE. He's doing great things for the kids who are less fortunate and might have a little bit less than those who do have, right? A lot of people like us are how we used to be, at least, you know what I'm saying? So I had to hunt him down and get his story. He was amazing. His name is Steven Churn, IAMCOLLEGE. He runs a nonprofit. It's amazing. He does so much work for these kids, underprivileged kids, not just guys, but girls too. You know what I mean? Like, when you hear all the stuff he put together, him and his team, he's a very respected man in the community, and he's gonna go far. You know, if you care to donate, you should. You really should, because he can go into a really good cause. Check him out. Steven Churn, Label, man. Appreciate your time. As always, Bikedope. You know what I'm saying? Bikedope is so scandalous. Bikedope, easy. Bikedope Conversations, man. At it again on location, where I always meet the illest people on the planet. Like I always say, and I go hunt them down like a crazed dog, you know what I'm saying? And give them a platform to tell their story. And I become a vessel. Where we at right now, man?
Atlanta, Georgia.
ATL, stand up, right? I got my dog with me. I just met this dude like today.
In person, yeah.
In person today, no doubt. My man, Steven Churn.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, my dog.
Thank you.
And I found him on social media, like I find a lot of my people, man, but his social media name is what?
IAMCOLLEGE.
IAMCOLLEGE. So, with a name like that, in lieu of all these crazy times like that, he has to be wired. My train of thought, my psyche, my logic is, he's got to be a little intuitive when it comes down to certain things. So, are you from Atlanta?
From Atlanta.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
So, now this is a two-way conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, what do you, explain the name IAMCOLLEGE?
Okay. So, IAMCOLLEGE is the name of my organization.
Okay. So you run a nonprofit?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a platform in which I used to give back. So the name came about, I'm the oldest of a few siblings.
Okay.
So once I left high school and went to college, my younger brother started, hanging out with some of the people that he shouldn't be hanging out with. We all kind of did, but it's really started like influencing in him in a way that it should have. And he started getting in trouble a lot more. Like not the little cute fun stuff, but like serious stuff.
Yeah.
So he got locked up one time, and I came back home to visit him, and we was just talking, and I was telling him about, I was in school, I was away, and I was having so much fun with these different, guys from our neighborhood, and some of the guys that we knew, they didn't graduate, and I was talking to him, and he just, smart as he was, he just never saw it for himself.
Okay.
He was like, I'm not college material.
Yeah.
I wanted to go here, I wanted to do that.
I've said that so many times. You know what I'm saying?
So I said to myself, I heard that when he said it through the glass, I heard
you wouldn't have seen him.
I wouldn't have seen him, like he was locked up.
I thought you meant at home.
No, he was still locked up.
Right.
So I came home to Atlanta and I went and saw him, and he said, I'm not college material. And I knew he's smart, very smart. But when he said, I am not, I just heard, I am not, I am college.
Yeah.
So I went to go get his work. He still had work in school, and I was talking to his counselor, and a lady pulled me into the office, and she said, let me talk to you about your brother. She said, I'm mad at him for more than you think. She was saying that I pulled his records, and when he was in class, straight A's. And near perfect score in high school graduation test that they do in Georgia.
Wow.
So it got me thinking, like, sometimes the thing that stops us is the thought that something is stopping us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The thing that we think, like you said, you said, I said that before, I'm not college material.
Yeah.
So I chose that because it's an affirmation. whatever comes after that is you creating value for yourself.
No doubt.
So if you
like
say
that.
I am and then you put a not,
Yeah.
it's power in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Versus you saying I am and then whatever. That's like you taking ownership of or you acknowledging something that you already are, something that you believe you are.
So have you always been a school type individual?
Okay, so and I'll break that down. So the name is IAMCOLLEGE. A lot of people think it's just school. I started the organization while I was in school, but I looked up the definition of college. One of the definitions I first found was a group or collection of people pursuing a certain topic.
Okay.
So College of Art and Science. I'm College of the Community. I'm College of the Young Black Men. I'm College of,
Sweet.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the name is a little misleading. Like if some people, you know, we push post-secondary education because we want you to have it,
Right.
but that's not the only way.
Right.
So we get in the community. We're the college of the community. You know what I mean? Like we're pursuing and advancing different ways to grow in that area.
Right.
So that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
So I know the name throws a lot of people off, and like you were talking before this, how Pac used what you know, the thug life to that was like the bait for you to draw you into something deeper.
Right.
So when people hear it, different organizations hear it, they think, oh, he's a college readiness program, which we have that component, and we talk about that, but we really get into like the youth that we work with and the different communities that we work with. What do you see success?
But you weren't a troubled youth though. You just
Nah, I
seen
wasn't.
it from your peers.
Yeah, I wasn't the type of guy, you know. I wasn't really.
Because you don't seem like you are. Like I've known you from all of 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you seem to have really good energy about yourself.
Yeah, man.
You earlier. There's a gentleman in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who does a lot of the same stuff you do. I'm sorry, let me recant. He helps kids in school, because I didn't even know there was that many black folks in Milwaukee. Like no bullshit. I didn't know that much.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? But I was down there for whatever my reason was, and we went out to the school he went, and it was maybe 20 kids, all minority kids. I always say a whole lot of pepper, a little bit of salt. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot of black kids, but there was a couple Spanish kids there too. And he brought pizza for the kids. Big shouts to Kevin James too, man. But he and I always just wanted to do something like that. So that's what I kind of, because the university is every whisper, every cry.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So that's no bullshit. And that's when I went down here thinking, I was like, I don't think it's all about, because everybody isn't college material.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you have no sense to go out there and start doing what?
So I had enough sense, and you framed it like that. I just saw a need for a platform to inspire people to do it. You know what I mean? Just to get started.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, and a lot of times people see other people doing it, and that's their avenue to doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So me doing it, so I was doing it myself, and I thought about it. I said, no, I can still do it myself, but how can I grow it?
Yeah.
So other people can see the value in it.
Right.
It's real value in pushing people to, you know, get to their better self, or just helping people, showing them like, stuff is bad right now, but trust me, like you still in the game, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So, so and it's a part of, and that's the crazy part. Our life experiences are a part of our story, a part of our development. And when we fight it, that's when it hurts us.
Right.
You know? I went to Albany State University.
That's the HBCU.
HBCU.
Okay.
So I saw a lot of, like you said, a lot of pepper. I saw different parts of the country and different backgrounds.
And what did you learn?
That
everybody was what? The same, pretty much?
Yeah, everybody's the same. Everybody goes to the same, different degrees, but everybody, we're all family. Like it's all, and it's like it's more that connects us than that separates us. But when you focus on the differences, you're actually trying to do this. It's kind of like a selfish thing. You're actually trying to make yourself feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Superficial. You know what I mean? That makes sense. So when I was there, I started working with group homes and stuff, and I just started seeing the differences and being in the new environment.
Yeah.
And having an opportunity to learn who you are and to grow in different ways. So like if I take you out of your environment that you grew up in and that you have like familiarity with and put you in another environment, you really learn who you are.
Yeah. Like today, you say you did an event today.
Yeah.
And that event was pretty much what?
The event was pretty much a lawyer healthy event. It was basically careers, haircuts, and basically just bringing different groups of young men to be around positive energy. So we were doing like showing them how to tie ties.
How do you find a young men and finding kids in a not so good situation?
Okay, so you can look for different avenues. So you like group homes or boys and girls clubs.
But why are they dealing with you though? Like how does Steven show up like, hey man?
Well, just the same way you found me.
Okay.
That track record of positivity,
Yeah.
They see that.
Okay.
And they see the genuineness of it. And then it kind of spreads. Like, so if I asked you right now, like, who makes the best pizza or who immediately something pops in your head because of the feeling that you feel from it. So,
but I mean, interrupt you, but my thing is, what was one of the first things that you've done? Like,
oh, okay, I'm sorry. So business-wise.
Well, yeah, like to get into this point, like to be that, almost the name, to create the buzz.
Yeah. So the first thing was,
cause that's hard.
Yes, it is.
That's hard what you do. No, it's hard, but in a good sense. And
Okay.
Like you told me you were helping kids tie ties.
Yeah, man. So
don't nobody do that, Steve. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what people. I come from the inner city of Detroit. So what you're saying is you're talking to the little, because I wasn't a hardhead coming up. So I guess me and you kind of pair a little. I wasn't too much of a hardhead, but I seen all the hardheads. I knew how to kind of move a little bit based on how my mother kind of coached me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a dad. You did, I didn't. But it was just. But I knew what crack smelled like. I didn't sell crack, but I knew what it smelled like. You know what I'm saying? I knew what they were over there hustling. I knew what they were selling, but that wasn't my bag. But at the same time, damn man, like we have like veins, right? And those veins that kind of pumps a different way sometimes. It's like, damn, like I wish. How about if they could, let's just go hoop, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go throw a football or something. Like, okay, I gotta get this money, dog. And we 12. You know what I'm saying? So it is crazy to me because we kind of come from that same world. And you're way the fuck in Atlanta. And I'm in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Where it gets super hot down here and it gets ice cold up there. But in Milwaukee, it's the same. Like
I did it for myself, so I realized like what I wish I would have saw to help me.
Hell yeah.
And I started finding that. And then once I started tackling things, then I could show somebody else. Like, man, when you sad or you depressed or you don't think you're good enough or you don't think you'll make it, this is what I do. And or let me help you find the way that works for you. You know what I mean?
What did you do though?
All right, so
what was your thing?
So my thing
really made you.
That's a good question. So my thing was, it's a feeling that I knew it's better. I knew I could overcome anything. And because if everything is so negative around you, I just thought like, why is it like that? Like if I wasn't as an individual, wasn't special, didn't have anything, it wouldn't even matter. Right. You know what I mean? Like ants crawling on the ground, you don't pay attention to them. But something that's valuable, that has your focus, that's what you focus on. So what got me started, man, is just even back then, man, even in college, I say that in college, was just doing. I saw something, and instead of overthinking it, let me help.
So what's your degree in now?
My degree is in marketing. So I always, and I chose marketing because I knew it would deal with people. So I always been kind of like interested in people, just like how we talk. I'm always figuring out, because I feel like we all can learn something from each other. You know what I mean? And you can use it for yourself or you can use it to help other people. So
that's amazing, dude. You just help, that's like a lot.
And it don't take a lot though. That's the thing. Like I think a lot of people think like when you see somebody and you want to help them, you know, well, I don't have time to do this. It don't take a lot. Like I can sit here and have a conversation with you and ask you and be genuinely interested in what's going on with you, and then get up. And that little conversation
goes a long way.
Change. So the example I used to use like these big old boats, these big old ships that go across the ocean. The smallest thing, the rudder, the smallest part of it, turns left, turns right, and that's the difference between going to Africa and going to Asia. The smallest, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be this big, huge, it's the smallest thing. So, but my energy is like, okay, I'm gonna sit here with this guy, I'm gonna talk to him. All right, well, I can see like, okay, well, damn, he's dealing with this. Well, I'm not supposed to fix it for him, but let me encourage him for him to fix it himself, or let me give him a piece that he might listen.
So how do you get past the kids who you are totally different than? Like to me, you seem like a counselor. Right? Like you seem like that, like you're just everything, like you're pretty just, like you really, your energy speaks, you're vibrating real high. Like most counselors kind of have a good,
I appreciate this.
they don't know that. A good counselor has a good stigma about it, you know what I'm saying? But I got Jordan's on saying, I'm this and I'm that. Why the fuck I'm gonna listen to you?
I tell you this though, this is something I did learn.
Okay.
It's not about, so sometimes when people try to help people, they focus on themselves.
Yeah.
I've done this and I came from this background and I did this. You're not gonna resonate with everybody.
Mm-hmm. What's your trick?
What I do is, it's universal things that happen to everybody. So I don't even talk about myself. Like the stuff that I told you, a lot of people don't know.
Okay.
So what I do is I listen to you and I talk to you and I help you identify things that you deal with. And then I talk about why it's like that. And if it makes sense, I don't even have to know you. But I do know that whenever you try to do good, all these different elements try to stand in your way.
Right.
And that, I've said nothing about me.
Right.
You're like, dang, that is right.
Yeah.
That is right. So what should I do then? I said, well, if you overcome that, you become the better version of yourself. So next time, that same hurdle won't even appear to you anymore.
But if I'm 12 or 14 and my dad isn't around and my mom is trying to work, but she does this and she has me around all these kind of different guys and stuff like that. My little sister is my little sister, so I got to see after her.
The goal is to because everybody has to live their own life.
Yes.
And everybody has to, like, my hurdles are my hurdles, your hurdles are your hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
What I focus on is letting them identify. So you're smart enough to see the circumstance that you're in and to know that it's not a normal circumstance.
Correct.
So then I would just tell you that first give you hope. Like if you're able to get through this, when you're able to get through this, that you're going to be a version of yourself, that you're never going to let that happen again. And that might be your purpose.
But we're talking about how old are these kids you're talking to? Like,
it could be younger kids. The conversation, the content is the same, but the delivery is different.
okay.
You know what I mean? So to me, it's like you can overcome almost any circumstance. If your mindset is, all right, well then how to deal with this, how to get out.
So how do you power up there? Because because you got some good stuff going on between them 2 ears, mister.
I appreciate
You got
it.
some really good stuff going on between them 2 ears, but you got to get weak too.
Oh yeah.
What folk? Because we got to be able to be transparent.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely.
And I believe that.
Oh man. So what gets me, man, is I have to take time, and I feel like this is my purpose to a degree. And I feel like so if this is your purpose, this is your purpose, what you're doing with me.
Okay.
You have to take time and kind of just decompress and understand, like you said, don't question stuff. I just take it in, man. And when I get low, when I get to the point where I'm just like, man, I hit my head, I take a deep breath, and I realize this is not. And I gotta make it this far just to make it this far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The day you lose is the day you no longer want to play. You know what I mean? So it's always, and I have to think perpetually. I can't tell you that it's going to work out if I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Like when I get low, but it's hard. It takes a lot.
Because a lot of people would think how you always, because you seem to be smiling pretty often and you're radiating and all that. A lot of people might think that's fake or buzz just because we're doing this.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
no.
I don't think you're like that. Like I really think you inherently have that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I say this, I get mad. Like it takes a lot, but I'm a person. Like I'm a human being.
Yeah.
A lot of it we don't realize is choices.
Yeah.
It's just how you see. It's how you choose to. We so used to. So you have to have a stillness about yourself. Like in working with kids, I had to learn how to master my emotions. You know what I mean? And not be triggered as often. Like to think about things.
Yeah.
Now, I'm still a person, so stuff gets to me. But like how, and then somebody said it, like what happens to you, 90% of what happens to you in life is what happens to you is how you react. When I get low or when stuff starts to hit me, I kind of really just look at it as a whole thing. And like, this is something I'm dealing with now. This is not my whole life.
I kind of do that too.
You know what I mean? Like, and then
calibrate, you gotta get centered.
You have to get centered. You have to get centered. It's something I heard where it's got to be like water. So water,
Bruce Lee, baby.
Oh yeah. Water is calm.
Yeah.
So when somebody throws a pebble in the water, you have to splash like it's a pebble. When somebody throws a boulder,
Like
you
water,
can. But problem is, I think when somebody throws a pebble, sometimes people splash like a boulder,
Yeah.
and it's harder for you to get back. Still,
Have you been recognized in this area yet for the work that you do?
yeah, but
It's not about the recognition.
Yeah,
I understand,
I do, but
but I believe with the recognition, it comes more people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like more
yeah.
people like, oh, that's my man with
Yeah,
this. So
yeah.
hopefully, the logic would be that hopefully the organization can get bigger.
And I do. So I started branching out, trying to motivational speak and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the stuff, it's weird. Like there's not Western stuff in it, but the stuff I do it, and I don't. I have to start looking. I got a marketing degree, so I'm starting to use social media to do different things,
Right.
and the universe is bringing opportunities to me.
Mhm.
But me doing it, I do it so much, or talk to people and divide by give off, that it doesn't. It's like something that you do all the time.
Yeah.
You don't think it's special until somebody else says
Yeah.
it's special.
Yeah.
So I don't even look at it like that. But now I know, like you said, in order to grow and to really use your purpose, you start to bring in people. You know, so when you hit me up, or when I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. How many kids you have?
I have one. I have a daughter.
Okay.
I have a daughter.
How old is
She's 6 months.
Oh, so you're a new.
Yeah, new. So,
Fun ain't even started.
so I'm learning. It's a whole nother thing. And I got nephews and stuff, and and it's cool. But kids are drawn to, even adults, they're drawn to pieces that they don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why I really commend what you're doing, because this world between the music and the movies and all this stuff, it's a whole lot of
Yes.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on where, you can take a kid, man, and ruin them. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy. It's very easy to do.
And start thinking that having kids at 14, 15 and talking crazy and being disrespectful is the way to be. You know what I'm saying? And that couldn't be further from the truth. So I just often wonder, like, how do you always maintain? It feels like I've been knowing you for a while. It's weird. That's a good thing.
But that energy,
yeah.
that's how I think people open up and they start talking. You know what I mean? Because it's not like, and one thing too, I don't really put a lot of effort into judging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know it's gonna sound bad, but I don't care. Like I don't care in that sense. Like whatever. You know what I mean? Like because it takes more energy for me to care about what you got going on.
So if I say I don't care, it's not to be insincere.
That's not the part I'm focused on. Like I don't care about that part. I don't care like that you look like this or I look like this or whatever. I don't care about that.
Absolutely.
People focus on that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not the good stuff.
Yeah.
The good stuff comes from your life experiences because you grew up in a whole other place than I
I kind of get the idea that you're like the leader of like 40 men or something. I don't know why. Like I got like in my head, I can see you talking to somebody because you got the Malcolm X glasses too.
Hey, I do. I just
Right.
somebody said it the other day. I was like,
Yeah, you got the
so I don't know if the glasses do it or something, but
I think it's that, and I think in my head, like I can see you like got a whole tribe of people up under you who are mimicking what you do. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to.
yeah, hey, that's pressure though. But yeah, and I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect guy.
Nah, I know what it is. But like you
I
just spoke of doing it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and hats off to you because there's a lot of people who don't have the courage. Like I'm doing this, but yeah, I think I've been doing in my head. I've been doing it for a minute anyway. So it's not that hard.
Yeah, see, you already been doing it. You already been living it.
Yeah.
It's just the new form it takes.
That's it.
And man, the thing is, what you just said, there's a positive way to it, and there's a negative thing to it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean by that is, so you've been talking to people, listening, and doing your purpose. This is just the form it takes now.
Correct.
So it's people out there who have been angry and doing negative stuff, and it just takes different forms in their life, and they can't understand why. You're at peace with yourself versus I'm not and I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
And the form that it takes might not look like failure. So the form it takes, so I might be a person that's unhappy with myself and then I start making a lot of money. So on the outside it looks like it's a positive turn, but really it's that same unhappiness, that same thing that was bothering me, it switched to another form.
When I was younger, I could never understand that. Like I could never understand how people can be like how can somebody keep doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like internally. Like you know what I'm saying? Not like you go out and rob people and you continuously do it, or you rape, or you just have this negative aura about yourself.
Yeah.
But until I got older and started really looking at people like, oh, that's a choice. Like, you really doing that because either you don't know nothing better or somebody, I'm from the cloth for like OGs and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I really believe in that. Like I'm from the cloth where it's not about me, but this is how I was raised. Like, there's somebody that can, hey man, what you know what I'm saying? Like, snap out of it, dog. Like, what you doing?
Just that readjust, that bump.
What
Like,
you doing, dog? It's like, and you just take off in this direction. And but that might be the right direction because they would, you know, you kind of say,
but that we don't have a lot of that no more. And that's the problem.
That's why it's important for me to keep fighting the good fight and meet people like you and the people I've been coming in contact with, because everybody I've talked to, they maybe, you know, things have happened. And life happens.
And life
bounce back.
Oh my gosh, life actually does that to us. We just don't pay attention to it. We don't realize it. Like, life will bump us. You could be, life will bump us. And because we missed like I think people repeat lessons that they don't learn.
Correct.
So people get in this mode and they just go in it. They go in it and they go in it and go in it. It becomes easier.
That's why you're so important to the community, dude. Because these same people that I'm talking about had kids. And then the kids are the ones you're dealing with. In the group homes and stuff like that. But that's like a universal thing. It's not just here in the A. It's banging everywhere like that. Like, it's kids out here crazy as hell.
Man. It's
not like that, but just the way that their thought process. Like, how in the world, man?
And it's crazy because, like you said, we make choices, but because of the choices people make before you, it makes it. You have a choice, but it makes it. It frames everything to where only thing you can do is go this way. And it takes an unsurmountable amount of courage, and even just like to go to the other. Thing that I do is I pay attention. I watch people. So I feel like the more attention you pay, the less advice you need. Like, I watch people and I learn from people. I read.
So what have you learned what not to do?
Okay, it's just from people, just this period. Doubt yourself, and that's. I know it sounds cliche, it sounds weird, but it sounds like I've learned that doubting yourself closes off more of your abilities. You know what I mean? Like like I read the other day, and this was on social media. Oh no, this was actually in a video I heard the other day. That people, our bodies only use like 30% of what our muscles can actually do. You know what I mean? And the reason for this is because muscle tissue, if we used 100%, it would tear us. We would right.
I've heard that before.
We'll tear ourselves up, right? So we have a limiter on ourselves, and sometimes certain circumstances kick the limit off. So like, if you ever hear the story about mothers getting super strength and stuff out of the baby, or like you fight or flight kicks in and you're able to do something, you already have the ability. You just didn't have that switch flip.
I got you.
So in my mind, and when you don't think you can, you doubt yourself, or you're afraid, and that leads to you doubting yourself, you're starting to shut down. Because I feel like the universe makes you wants to see how bad you want it. See if you're a liar.
I'm with that.
So you know what I'm saying, to see if you, because it sounds good to say stuff.
I'm with that.
Like I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna change my life.
Yeah, it always sounds good.
I'm change my life. And the first thing the universe does is put the same thing in front of you. Another thing is stop being around people that's not trying to go with you.
But that's hard though, man.
It is.
That's really tough. You know why? Because we come from these situations where we really can't move like that.
And here's the second part about that. So the people that you're around, and those are people that you love and you've been around with, and it's when you start saying you want to do something different, and you start working on yourself, you want to either inspire people, or you're going to really you inspire them, or they're going to look at you. You know what I mean? Right. But deep down, it's like, dang, the only reason I'm mad is because I'm not doing what he's doing. I can't do it. So,
because I'm sure you run into a lot of that.
Because I mean, and then there's situations where they're in games, or you know what I mean. I need protection, and I need protection.
Kids have actually walked up to you and said, "I need protection."
Like I've had situations where, so I worked in group homes. I was a house parent, and I don't know what they call it now. So I've lived in a house with the kids where it was two different gangs in the house. That traditionally bump heads. You know what I mean? Right. Or my brother was in the gang, or my family was in the gang. So that's what I'm doing. You know, it's just generation. And but at the end of the day, a lot of that, they found a balance. because they were people.
Yeah.
So them in that close space, there's nothing they can do about it. It's like roommates. It started to change, and that was the level that they decided to be on. You know what I mean? So now, but if they got mad at each other, it would evolve into, this, that, and the third. To a kid, if they're going down that path, like you said, like you heard them, you saw them doing it over there. Change your focus. Like you don't have to actively engage. You know what I mean? Or try to change the subject, or the thing that you want to engage with them. So instead of me talking about this nonsense, let's talk about this game that we both like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the best you can do in them circumstances.
Why don't you go nonprofit instead of making it to a business? Or I understand that, but
no.
Why didn't you make it go like LLC? You're gonna have funding.
Yeah.
Or did you, because I know with nonprofit a lot of times, I think, I'm not sure, don't hold me to it, but nonprofit, it's hard to get funding a lot of times for nonprofits. Or is it easier to get fundings for like regular business?
That's a nonprofit is a business that takes money that they make and turn it into service.
Correct.
Some type of service. They use the NBA cares and NFL cares. They turn it into a service. Hospital turns it into a service. A business makes money, and it's a business aspect to it too.
Okay.
As far as me, and this sounds crazy, I'll just be honest with you. I'm just now getting into grants.
Okay.
Like I structured it and did it just so I could do it. So I've gotten contracts where actually we want you to do what our kids, we'll pay you to do that. But the thing is, the nonprofit, it just gives people an opportunity to donate. Because a lot of people, they want to do what you're doing, or they want to help. They don't feel like they don't have the time,
or they don't know how.
Or they don't know how.
Right.
So they'll see me do it, and I know that can be intimidating. I've been doing it for a long time. I talk to people, so they'll be able to give money. You know what I mean? Like, let me bless you with this, and you can help you do that. And as a nonprofit, they get the tax right.